Alrighty. Okay. Cables in. Lights on. I think we're all here. We are all here, yes? Good morning, Pharaoh. How are you today? Oh, alright, everyone. Now, Tim. Tom. Oh dear. Tom, the seat's a bit too low. Okay. Looks like I'll have to readjust things here, myself. Give me a second, everyone. Alright. Ready? We just got to pump up the chair. Ready? Just... Okay. We're halfway here. Yeah, might as well stand all the way up. Whoa. Actually, might as well move the desk while we're here. And... yeah. That was not my desk. Where have I put my desk? Ah, here it is. Ah! Oh! I have no legs. Oh, there we go. Good morning, one and all. My name is Mr. Soup. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, I suppose I should do a bit more of an introduction. I was meant to be here a little bit sooner, but it turns out learning animation takes some time, along with some other real-life things. What? We're here now. So I suppose I should properly introduce myself. Fully. Whoa. Alright. Zoom in, camera. Zoom in. That was my head. There we go. Now we're cooking. So where to start? Well, let's start at the beginning. My name, as I mentioned before, is Mr. Soup. Do I have any backstory? Do I have a story to tell? A small one. Back when I was a young toon, I wanted to be on the stage. But unfortunately, real life is not quite like they make it out to be in the movies. And, I failed rather dramatically at that. And years went by, and my goodness, I found a spark again. A spark in VTubers. And so, well, I buckled up my savings and, got myself reincarnated. Hey, Skatey! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome into the studio. My name is Mr. Soup, and I will be your host for this evening or the morning, depending where you are. Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful morning or afternoon. But yes, we're just doing some introductions because this is my first time on screen like this. Now, let's get some of the big things out of the way first. Who was my dear art mama? Well, that would be none other than Miyukiko. You can find them at this link presented here, at Twitter. Now, Mama Mew, she is a right wonderful person. Are you lacking a gallery? Do you wish to have amazing art slapped into your personal dashboard? Well, you're just one short commission away from Mew's incredible artworks. Do you desire style, drama, pretty boys from Anime Land? Then have I got the art recommendation for you, Miyuko! It's the only artist with style. Note, Miyu is not the only artist with style. However, for the purposes of this ad, we are. Haha! Oh, hello! Welcome in! Oh, thank you so much, Cliffoff. Oh, thank you for the follow as well! Much appreciated, sir. Much appreciated. But yes, we're just going through the sponsors of today's studio. Now, it's one thing to get a body, but it's another thing to have that body reanimated. And for this, I must thank the fine people at Rigor Mortis for introducing me to my necromancer. My necromancer, sponsored by Rigor Mortis, was brought to us by... Uh-oh. I always have trouble saying the name. But Mika. Oh boy. Mika Blue. Mikazuki Blue. Oh my goodness. Languages are tough. Yes, they are. No, I had the fine pleasure of being reanimated by Mikazuki Blue. They were wonderful, punctual, and the fine folks at Rigor Mortis kept us in contact whenever things did go for wrongs. But, do you desire to have your body animated like this? Do you desire to have expressions that make you weep? Weep! Oh, and that's surprise. No, that's fear. Do you wish to be afraid? Do you wish to cry like this? Then the fine folks at Rigor Mortis can help you. That's right, you. All you need to do is find yourself a fine VTuber model. Or body, it depends where you've got it. I don't tell. I'm just a cartoon. And they'll help you bring it to your best unlife. So, without further ado, I suppose I should get into some of my likes and dislikes. Because, yes, I will not lie, that seems to be the standard for these types of things. Now, let me just scribble this off. Yes, honestly, you think it's nice to see people with different art styles? I agree! I was tempted to go down anime once, but something about it didn't quite appeal to me. I couldn't quite tell you what, though, because I do love anime. I grew up watching it, and, well, what's not to love? Big fights, incredibly attractive people, and stories that make you weep, cheer, and dance. But I think, something along the way, the styles just stopped appealing to me. And, well, I'm not gonna lie, I've always been a fan of Popeye. And speaking of likes, these are my likes, ladies, gents, and inelegant individuals. Now, let's start with the simpler one right here. See that one right at the front, where my bald head is pointing? Right here. That is one of my likes. Running! I'm a big fan of fitness. And in my little point system there, made of honeycombs, you can get me to exercise on stream. For a good host must be ever fit and ready to exercise. Oh no, that was my headset. I can't hear the music anymore. Hello? Anyone? Okay. Okay, there we go. Access. Oh, no, that's not the one. I'm still getting used to my facial expressions. Access. No, that's surprise. Access. No, that's fear again. Where's my anger? Angry eyes. There we go. There we go. Yes, I like a bit of exercise. And you too can make your host exercise an astonishing amount by saving up honeycombs. Next up on the list, cartoons. I just need to get... There we go. Cartoons. Of course they're on my likes. I was raised on them. Tom and Jerry, Popeye, and, let's be honest, I'll count One Piece in there. It's as cartoony as anime gets. Yes, cartoons raised me, and honestly, I've been a big guiding force in what I want to represent myself as. Now, next down on the list is a good... Oh, give me a second, gotta go down lower. Puns! Dad jokes of every kind. In fact, now normally ladies, gents, and elegant individuals, I hate B-puns. They're the one puns I do not like. For there's nothing funny about elongating a single word. Or letter, for that matter. But this one is actually quite good. Are you ready? Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycomb! It's not the best honey pun, but I'm not going to lie. The fact it's not just the letter B extended is incredible. But never mind that, we got to get on to the next thing. For as much as I appreciate art and doing art things, I'm a big fan of video games. And my favorite video games are platformers. Why platformers? Well, they were bright, colorful, and little Soup, well, they they fell in love with them, including my favorite platformer of all time, Rayman. Now, I have many other favorite platforms, but Rayman is the one I've yet to beat. The reason why is because Rayman 1 is actually incredibly difficult. Not even just for children, just for adults in general. That game has so many booby traps. That's his bot. Give me a second, viewers. Just have to quickly remember how to get up the ban hammer. Let's see. Ben... Yeah, there we go. Not have any of these bots in my chat, no sorry. Off you go. Toodaloo, bot. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, chat. Say bye-bye to the bot. They think they can come in here. Oh, you silly tin cans. Oh, where was I? Ah, yes. Rayman is a delightful fellow, but also he hurts me. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But never mind my pain. Let us go on to my next thing. A recent hobby of mine that's really taking off. Cooking! Now, I'm not sure how many of you fine folk know how to cook, but if you ever get your chance to, I really recommend picking up a small beginner's recipe book and beginning your cooking journey. Because the food I've been eating lately has been incredible. I actually, just yesterday, made a batch of apple cinnamon pancakes and a big batch of banana bread. And, oh my goodness, I am a sweet tooth. And I'm eating sweetly this weekend. But enough about that. Let us go on to the last thing. I chose this radio announcer getup and this abandoned studio. Okay. Full disclosure about the studio, ladies, gents, and everyone in between. I do own the studio, but I got it for a discounted price for a very good reason. This place be haunted, and most of my equipment isn't working at the moment. So as the streams go on, we'll just have to upgrade the place to be ghost-proof. And hey, we might be able to characterize some ghosts, give them some names. Well, if they want to get any names. Well, they might start throwing things up now. But that's not for now for me to worry about. So far they're chill. A haunted studio? Well, you know how it is. Like, I'm not a rich person by any means. And when you see a fully furnished studio from the 1930s, that's going for a bargain price of $5,000 for ownership at that. What? I didn't read the fine print, let's be honest. But, it's nice. I decorated a little bit. It has a kitchen with a view. I just try to leave at night before things get too spooky. But that's for the future. That's for the future. Now, the last one to my likes. I love making silly voices. I love reading books and playing some Dungeons and Dragons, where I'm usually the forever DM. And so, silly voices comes part and parcel, including mimicking voices. And if you save up enough honeycombs, I can read voice quotes of your choice. But none of that. For as much as I have a lot of likes, I have some dislikes. Now, first dislike. Well, I do enjoy a well-cooked meal. I hate Brussels sprouts. I hate the texture. It's sandy and squishy and gooey and I hate them. I do not like them, not one bit. But I also have something else. Well, you see, among my friend circle in real life, I have rather... I have to pause this direction. Once upon a time, I was following a GPS, and I still got lost. How lost? I was roaming around the streets of Brisbane in my little first car until just about midnight. That's how lost I got. My sense of direction is terrible. These days, I try to give myself extra time to correct such things, but you know, we work with what we got here. Now, last thing. I appreciate, every now and then, a good bit of ASMR. I used to use it when I had a good bout of insomnia when I was younger. But recently, people have decided it's a great idea to lick their mics. Don't ever lick your mic, please. It's just not on. It's not. It's really, really not. Okay? It's just never, ever on. Or eating into your mic, if I'm being quite honest. The sound of lips smacking and things like that. I didn't... Look, if you're listening to a video or to a fine audio recording, do you want to hear people just going into your ears? I certainly don't, because I wear headphones all the time. So no, those are my only likes, really. But let me show you around the studio. Let me show you around. Here we go. I'll put away the board. Where have I put my board? Aha. There we go. I'll just go back onto this side. Now, let me show you around, fine studio audience members. Oh, pardon me, I had a bit of breakfast as well. If Can you hear me now? Oh, goodness. That was a bit of a shock. I have to make sure the zoom feature doesn't properly screw with things here. But yes, this is my drawing table. Here we can do some art together in the near future. And we'll have one last little feature zip. Alright. My zipping features need tuning. Get it? Tuning. Anyway. Look, I am out of practice. For once upon a time, I had a small fox friend who did this type of thing. He left me instructions, but I must admit I neglected some of them. Now, this screen here, this is actually my TV screen. It is where we will be playing video games together. Sometimes I'll be in the mood to play some games. Mostly platformers, if I'm being honest. But there we go. The small studio tour. Again, I only got this place for $5,000. Haunted, but for a bargain, you see. Now let's go back. Ah. Perfect. Now, I did bring up my small fox friend before. Now, sadly, he is... well, he's not quite around these days. But I have a way of bringing him back. Now, you'll see, fine studio audience, I am a man of ambition. And ambition usually leads to hubris, but that is half the fun. So we have a hubris goal in mind for our streams. We are going to make a comic together, you'll see, with my old little fox friend. We shall give them a name as well. So, for the rest of the stream, let's do some drawing of my old fox friend, and we'll give them a name. Shall we? Let's bounce. Oh, there we go. Ah, Beautiful. And here. There we go. But yes, no, it's just going to be a nice relaxing stream, just to get everything started. Also to stress test anything, because oh my goodness, things will break. Why will they break? Something about being a VTuber tempts objects into breaking. I could not tell you why. Now you'll have to excuse the noise that's about to partake. Oh, pardon me. Ah. Oh dear. There we go. Nothing broke? Everything's fine? Okay. Whew. We seem to be off to a fine start. Ah! Tell a dad joke? Oh my goodness. Allow me to crack open the dad joke vault. Give me a second. Homemade dad jokes. Where have I put you? Home-made dad jokes. My fault, where have I put you? And welcome in, Hasta. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Aha, here we go. I'll just type in dad jokes. There's my old list. Alright. Let's go. Yes. I can schmooze. I can dance, I can dance. I can even do this. Let's see. Aha. This one's crass but a classic. What happens when a cat needs to wee? They make a feline to the toilet. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye. I think that's this one. Nope, that's me being bold. But nonetheless. Let's get drawing, shall we? It's too good with your model. Ah, thank you, thank you. It suits me. It suits me. Thank goodness I went to that necromancer cult. Once more, rigor mortis. For all your necromancer needs. Let's see, we'll do the character sheet. No. I think we'll just start with a standard square. That doesn't feel right, though. Yeah, this will do. Let's get some lines going. Ha! I hope everyone truly is having a great time. But yes. Let's see. We'll just do a small bit of cheating. And we'll get some more lines. I wonder if this will work. Alright. That will work fine. Okay. Now let's start sketching. Now, first thing you should know about my old friend. They were a fox. Not just any old fox, though. They were a snow white fox with a big black tail. It's been a while since I've drawn them. Let's see if I can remember how I draw my fella. We'll have them facing this way. There we go. And this stream will give them a name and everything. Ah, you're starting to shape up nicely, my old foxy friend. Here we go. And they also had big fluffy fur on their face. Big old fluffy fur. There we go. A little bit like that Tails fella. Hmm. Looks close enough. The nose is a bit long though. Let's shorten that up. There we go. And now the bullet. Polish my head? Why, how dare you? I have to find that little... Actually, I have to find it. Where... Oh, it's been so long. Where is it? Oh, I think I might have to remake it. Yes, I have to remake it. Gotta make sure my head's shining. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Okay. Ah, alright. Polish her up. Polish her up. There we go. There we go. I have to find a way to make this black and white too. Alright. I think that's enough of a shoe shine. Alright, back in the bin you go. Lav! Fox friend! Is there music? Oh, is the music not playing? Oopsies. Give me a second. How's that? Is the music coming through now? Ah, well. Yeah, there we go. And good morning, Lav. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Now let me just quickly put my... there we go. Perfect, perfect. Okay. I think we're all good to go now. Now, so, my good old foxy friend has about a few phases in his lifestyle. For you see, my fox friend ends up with a very unique condition. Ready? Ah, there we go. Bit too high there on the neck. There we go. And the nice big feet. Do-do-do. And the nice big fluffy tail. Now, are we supposed to be able to see the drawing? Oh my goodness. This stream has been nothing but me tech shooting, it seems. Terribly sorry about that, Lav. Oh, please call me Soup on stream, but outside of that, you can call me the usual. Let's see. Where have I put it? I could have sworn I had it in. Let's see. Why is... 1 second. Ah. Is this better? Can everyone see now? Can everyone see the little creature? The dubious little creature. Thank you, Lav. Always appreciate you, fox friend. Yes, you have eyes now. We glued them on. But yes, we're just going over some details about our old little fox friend. Because I don't quite want to lose them. And I thought to myself, well, I have some lore in mind for them, but, well, it's only a little bit of lore. But as I started expanding on the idea, I realized there was quite a cool story in there. And so here's the goal. This is why it is hubris-driven, you see, everyone. I want to make a small little world. And when I'm done writing the first story for the world, I want to open up to some other friends and writers. because I think it's an incredible thing. Yes, you have an you have an latte ice cream? Oh, Lav, that is incredible. All good VTubers need a fun mascot. Yes, that's true. Well, Mr. Soup technically has one already. Tiny Tom. I can quickly bring out a drawing of them if you've not seen them already. Actually, I don't even need to do that. I'll just quickly go back to... Where is Tiny Tom? We'll quickly go back to the opening screen. Ready, everyone? That is Tiny Tom. He's a cute little fella, ain't he? He's also endearingly cheeky. So yes, Tiny Tom, he is quite the thing. He's going to be my mascot. But the old fox, we will be making a comic for him. A webcomic. That is why it's a hubristic goal. I want to make a world and then be able to hand it off to other people and say, here's the rules of the world, have fun. And so we must start with the basics. Our old fox friend here, something happened to them. Tell a dad joke? Another one? Well, if you insist. Twist my arm, why don't you? Here we go. Let's see. This one's one I've not told in a long time. What is it called when a sentence performs in a theatre? A wordplay. Anyway. Oops. Shrunk it down, I did. But yes. Now, a few things should be noted about our old foxy friend here. So we're just getting the sketch details out so I can solidify them. There we go. And a little bit of fluff on the chest. There we go. It's truly been a time since I've drawn my old foxy fella. Now, we're going to put a little bit of colour on this sketch, just so that way you can get an idea. On my foxy fella's tail, he has these glowing stars, and in his eyes are glowing blue too. But something about this is strange. I'll tell you why it's strange. For you see, my fox friend, not you, Lav, but my old fox friend, was actually a spirit. Oh yes, a great and powerful spirit, and no, it is not a kitsune. If you say that again, I will be very grumpy. They are a spirit. But they didn't start off all great and powerful. No, no, no. In fact, they started out a rather bit different. Well, this is where they end up. But how did they get there? What happened in between? Well, I think it's time we find out. First, we got to draw the first version of a little friend, Blobtail. Yes, that's his name. He has a name finally. Blobtail. Oh, this might be a little bit oopsies. A little bit too thick a line for what I'm doing here, but it is easier to see. Have you audience members, have you ever wanted to tell a story yourself? Genuine question, by the way, not a segue into a story from me. Genuinely asking you guys, have you ever wanted to tell a story? And if so, what type of story was it? Just while I'm having a bit of a sketch. always struggled with that perspective. You wrote Nuzlocke for a long time. Ooh. I have seen some comics of Nuzlocke with the dramatized moments. Tell me, Vero, what one stood out most to you? You did a few different runs, including a comic. It was about Momon. Oh, sorry, Moemon. Kinda like Pokemon personified as cute girls. Oh, that's a very sweet idea. Wait, it's a Nuzlocke though. How many deaths were there? Hmm? Just a few? Ah, Madoka Magica Rat. Got you. Mm. Hey, what's a story without a few stakes? Hmm. A vegan story? Ah. Oh, dearie dear. Hmm. Almost got the detail I want. Hmm. The eyebrows a little bit too raised. Zoom back, zooming back. Zoom. There we go. Hmm. How to capture the opening scene? Hmm. I suppose I'll tell a little bit about how the story begins. This story, with this fine, foxy fellow, starts off not in an open field, not in a cemetery, but a darker place, a prison, hidden away from modern society. In it, we see two security guards of a sort, or perhaps police officers. One of them, clearly older, more experienced, and teaching a newbie. They go into a storage area and realize that the night shift have forgotten to properly lock up. It is here that we meet, for the first time unformed, our fox friend. His blue glowing eyes peek out from his storage container and watches as the older security guard member starts to cast magic and details how. Feeling inspired, our foxy friend copies the instructions and breaks out of his containment cell. And then, following the chapter, we watch as our fox friend takes shape as more and more people start calling out names, including the word fox. And that's how our friend takes form and goes out into the great wide wonder. What story is this? Why, it's a story of urban fantasy. Specifically, the masquerade urban fantasy. Have you heard of urban masquerade fantasy, actually? You probably know it if you don't think you do. It is the idea that, in the modern world, fairies, pixies, trolls, giants, the lot of them, are hidden just away behind the scenes. There we go. That's a much happier looking fella now. You've not heard of it? Oh, there's a few stories using it these days, Firo. A good example of a darker urban fantasy is Vampire the Masquerade, where vampires, knowing how outnumbered they are by civilization, specifically humankind, they hide in the shadows, disguise themselves as aristocrats, and feast on people. Vampire the Masquerade is an urban fantasy where everything is just behind a curtain, and your character, sadly, if you're a human, has found out, and there's no going back once you know. Another good example of an urban fantasy masquerade is a series of books called The Dresden Files. Now, how do I describe The Dresden Files apart from watching a New York detective have the worst luck possible? Well, not quite. For you see, in The Dresden Files, the creatures of fantasy were quite real, but much like in Vampire the Masquerade, had to adapt to modern times, and had to put themselves under a guise of sorts. Fairies now hide in their own world. Vampires take up on the role of aristocrats. Mm-hmm. And more than that, werewolves walk the streets, disguised as biker gangs. All the world of New York is a big ol' fount of magic. And they're none the wiser. Oh yes, it's quite a series. I'd highly recommend it. Yes, a hidden world fantasy. Yes. Except it is also urban. So you get to see the delightful things like Santa Claus having a beer, or, Odin having to deal with business tax, or rather, tax avoidance. This is the setting of this comic, a urban fantasy where the spirits are just one step away, but also those keeping the spirits in line are one step closer. Hmm. There we go, that's a start. A little bit too flat there. We'll try and spruce it up a little zhuzh. There we go. We'll just also move him a little bit more this way. I think I've run out of drawing space. Okay, there we go. But it's just a simple stream to start with today. There we go. So, some details to note that will be different. Your doggo needs you, so you'll be lurking for a bit? No worries, Firo. You have a good luck. So, a few details to note. I might just put in a little... There we go. So, in this form, this is Bloodtail's first form. This one's a little bit derpier, but that's fine. But that's the first form. The general idea of this form is to be the final form. What makes it final? How did Fox get there? How did Bloodtail get there? From that to this, what happened? Why does he have stars on his butt? All those questions need to be asked. But we also need cast members. We need to make characters that can help fill out the story. And I have two in mind. But how long have we been going for? It doesn't feel like we've been going for long. Nearly an hour. I do have some things to do. We'll draw one more character. And one I've been struggling to, I suppose, get some rough ideas down for. Well, you see, every escapee needs a good policeman to chase them. Someone to give the story a little bit of, let's call them stakes. I do like a good steak. One sec. I'm a bit thirsty. Pardon me. Beautiful, beautiful. Blah. Where was I? I can't remember. Wait. The character. Will this work? Hey, it works. Oopsies. Let's try that one again. Now, this person's a bit more in the box. Let's see. We'll only draw their face for now, because they have a very certain face that just sticks in my mind. Oh. Pencil, pencil. Oh, this is fun. But also not what I need to do. I think I made a car. Burp, burp. What the heck? Oops. Uh, hmm. That was not the character I meant to make, but, here's a little car. Burp, burp. Well, enough of that. Bye, car. Have a good one. Ha! Now, where was I? Ah, yes. So, this fella here has a very certain head shape to him. It is kind of easier to show than anything else. Oops, that's a little bit... Here we go. Their skull is very skull-shaped, is what I'm trying to say here. But I forgot... Oh dear, I have the reference actually up somewhere, but I can't remember. If you wouldn't mind giving me a second, terribly sorry. I'm going through my old memory. Because I have drawn them before, but I can't remember why, or what I drew them as. Do. Oh well. We'll have to start from the beginning. So first things first. Let's get the circle going. Beautiful. Now. That's almost the shape I want. There we go. Now it's time to make this fella. Oops, wrong one. Let's keep going. Now, he has a very gruff nose. Big ol' ears. There we go. He's usually frowning, honestly. There we go. Now we're starting to get a bit of motion. Now, are they bald? No. But they are a little bit grizzled. And what hair to give them? Oh, I'm not really a hair expert, as you can well tell. What hairstyles would you recommend for someone that has to run a lot? And don't say bald. That's my thing. We'll have to get a Dyson here whenever I'm stuck on that inspiration, I suppose. Because I love drawing. Slicked back hair? Let's do a test. Let's see how he looks with slicked hair. Let's make a hair layer. Hair layer. There we go. Okay. We'll make the hair bright. Well, we'll highlight it in blue for now. I don't know, this fella just feels like a little bit of a widow's peaker. Alright, now let's try slicking this back, shall we? Ooh, I don't hate it. Starting to get a bit of character now. What do you guys think? He seems to be quite the character. Definitely a hater. I feel like this would be the type of man who could scream, who could get the diss on you, even in his dying moments. Yes, yes. And we'll just, 1 second. Oh, it's time to get contrast. Look at that. Give second. Give second. Oh. So, yes, I think this fellow here could quite easily be quite the contrast to dear Bloodtail. But they need a name. They need a fine name, actually. Some, hmm, because he, oh, what could we call this fella? Maybe Rube? Eh, Rube doesn't seem to fit right. What about, Grim? I think that might be taken. Hmm. Jack? Hmm. No, there's a million Jacks. There's a million Jacks. Hmm. This is tricky. Hmm. Let's look up some names then. Maybe include the word grim in a bigger word. Well, that's not a bad idea. Let's have a look-see. Words with grim in them. Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. That is a video game. Grimace? Does he look like a grimace? Let's check it. Let's see how it feels. Grimace. Uh, Grimly. Maybe Grimly might work. Whoopsies. That was the wrong button. Here we go. Grimly. Let's have a look. Grimly? Not sure. Grimly has a last name. Oh, we could do that. Okay. Let's move you to here. Rube Grimly? I think Grimly as a last name works, but not Rube as a first. Yes, it is me. It is Soup. Good morning, Axis. Os for Hawthorne Grimly? Well, let's give it a go. Let's see if it fits. Oopsies. Hawthorne Grimly. Right now, Axis, we are trying to name. We're trying to name this character. For you see, Axis, I have a very ambitious plan. Dare I say, a hubristic plan. I'm going to be making a comic. Oh, yes. I heard a ding. Oh, I did not put my alerts in. I forgot to put my alerts in here. No. Oh, fiddlesticks. There we go. One sec, I'll quickly just check what that was. Just because I heard the ding. Oh, Axis, thank you for the follow. Tell a dad joke, Maury? Well, if you insist. Where's my... Ah, here we are. Oh, this one's very relevant. In recent news, the police have cracked a murder case with the help from a musical detective. The head of the case said they were instrumental in solving it. Ah, that one's one of my favorites. Also, good morning, Maury. It's lovely to see you today. Right now, Maury, I'll just give you a quick heads up of what we're doing. I have a very hubristic plan indeed. I am making a comic. And we already have the main character of our comic, Bloodtail. That's our little fox friend here. He used to be my mascot. But Bloodtail is also an escaped convict, and every good escaped convict needs to have a chasee, to have a little fun in the story. And right now, we're trying to name his chasee, this fella here. His last name's Grimley, but we're trying to think of a first name. Lav suggested Hawthorne, so we're just writing that down now and seeing if it looks right, you know? Hawthorne. Hawthorne. H-T-O-R-N. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's a Hawthorne. We'll put that one under maybe. Oops, I drew that on the wrong layer. Ah, well. Let's see. We'll just quickly rope that. Up you go. So Hawthorne's a maybe. What else are we thinking? Maury, would you like to throw a name to the pit? And my model looks wonderful? Thank you so much, Maury. It was thanks to the fine efforts of Miu and the folks at Rigor Mortis. My rigger was Mika Blue. What the Hawthorne doing? Again, it just doesn't quite sit. It doesn't quite sit together. Hawthorne Grimley. I'm not sure. Let's throw some more names into the pot, shall we? Let's throw some more names. What's a name generator? Grizz? Grizz for some alliteration. Well, let's put it down. We'll see if it looks right. I think that's the key thing here, because if a name looks right on the page, then you're onto something. Alright. Grizz Grimley. Grizz Grimley. Well, I feel that one's stronger than Hawthorne, but I'm not quite certain. Let's see. Alright, generate a name. Ugh. Never mind, that name generator's horrid. What's the fantasy name generator? Let's see. Fantasy name generator. Okay. Real names. Oh boy. Okay. Let's have a look. Maybe... I've got a few here. Let me know if any of these strike your fancy. Carl? Carl Grimley? Perhaps? Maybe, I was gonna say Joe Grimley, but that's too similar to Jack. Charles Grimley? Perhaps? No, not Charles. Not Charles Grimley. I'll keep the Carl there. Let's give it another roll of the dice. I'll read these ones out to you. See what else pops up. We have Steve Grimley. Ugh, no, too generic. Ernest Grimley. Perhaps. Right, we'll write down Ernest. Ernest Grimley. This one might make me... how does Bobby Grimley sound? And Bobby is also a bit of wordplay, because Bobby is the English slang for police officer. You know, a Bobby. Bobby Grimley. I'm not sure. Terence? Terence Grimley. Okay, okay. I think we have a... I think one of these is the winning combination here. Let's see. My brain just had a horrible idea. What if this was his full name? Hawthorne Grizz, Carl Ernest, Bobby Terence Grimley. That would be horrible. Oh. No, Maury. I can't do that. But I could. Oh. Hawthorne Grizz, Carl Ernest, Bobble Terence Grimley. I'm not sure. I think we can at least include 3 for a bit of that joke, but I can't put them all in there. Okay, okay. Let's see. We can dash out Carl. Hawthorne, I feel like Hawthorne's a good embarrassing first name for this character. Something they get embarrassed about. So, Lav, Hawthorne is going to be his first name. So, his first name's Hawthorne. What do you think should be his second name? Feeling like either Ernest or Terence. Well, what are we thinking? Between Ernest and Terence, what would be a horrendous second name? What are we thinking? A bit hard to choose. Tell you what, if it comes down to it, we'll flip a coin for it. How's that sound? Let's see. I feel like... Actually, we'll make Terence the second name, Ernest the third, and Bobby the fourth. Malgus. Quickly, let's add that in. Let's have a test run, shall we? Let's have a test run, Axis. Alright. Hawthorne, Malgus, Ernest, Bobby, Grimsley. I don't think it quite fits. Sorry, Axis, but... Well, maybe. You know what? I'm gonna save Malgus for another character, though. It's not a stupid idea. We're having fun here. We're throwing ideas into the pot. Character creation. It's not stupid. I'll save this, though, for another character. Because I think that is another great name. Take a gulp. I will take a gulp, sir. Taking a gulp. Thank you. And stretch. Very well. Very well. Alright, all stretched and tuned. Alright. Malgus for a different character. Okay, for different character. There we go. So let's see. This character's name here is, and I can't believe we're going with this, but I kind of like the vibe of it. Hawthorne? Terence? Ernest? Bobby? Grimsley? Oh, this is too. He's such a perfect foil for Blottail. I look very beautiful. Thank you so much, Kodo. I deeply appreciate that. It took a lot of time and effort from the two people who made this model, which were Miyu and Mika Blues. I'll have all the credits down below soon. But for now, oh, Maru welcome in, Maru. I don't know how to say the last bit of your name. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Right now, we're drawing up some character concept for a webcomic. Well, you see, I am planning on a very ambitious thing here. Oopsies. So right now, we've got some sketches of the characters we'll be using. So this character here, their name is Blottail, and they will be our protagonist. This other character here, their name, as we've recently decided, is Hawthorne Terrence Ernest Bobby Grimsley. And they will be Blottail's chaser. A bit like how Lupin has his favourite detective following him around. Let's see. What is that? So, HTEBG. EBG sketch. Oh dear. Alright. But, there's one other character. But you see, Blottail, as much as I like him, I can't deny he, gets up to some shenanigans. So he's going to need someone to motivate him to stay mostly on a straight and narrow, or at least not perform too many crimes, I suppose. So we need to make an adorable little morality chain. So, the boys. This is the boys chapter. There we go, the boys. Now we need to add in a young lass. Someone who can, I don't know, mistake Blottail for a plush toy or something. Let's see how this goes. The lass. T-lass? Close enough. Alright, here we go. Let's get carving. Oopsies. Ah! There we go. Now we're going. Oh, and feel free to chip in with names and ideas. Because what better is a creative project? Nothing better, that's what. And it's even funner when you do it together. Let's see. Now, Lord Tail's kind of triangular. Hawthorne is very squarish. So I guess our young last friend should be very circular? A circle friend, if you will. Oh, that's not a circle at all. Bit too blobby. No. Here we go. That's pretty good. Okay. Oops. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're getting the base. Now let's see. We'll make a quick hair layer. Hair today, gone tomorrow. Hmm. What was that trumpet? It sounded like it was letting out a fart. Now then. Hmm. This is gonna be tricky. Let's start with the basics then, I suppose. Hmm. Kind of a teardrop there. Hmm. I don't know, I'm kind of drawing off standards here. Oh no, we're getting a little bit derpy. Everything's a bit unbalanced. Oh no, let's make this mistake worse, shall we? Yeah, perfect. Majesty in all its form. Yep, this is great. Yep, perfection. Don't you agree? Aren't they beautiful? What have I done? Okay, this is we're gonna undo this. But if you permit me, I'm gonna have Oh no. um excuse me, I'm gonna have some of my emergency pancake. Because I don't think this is what we'll be using. But let's just admire it for a bit, you know? This is great. Like, isn't this grace? Isn't this beauty at the end of the day? There's just a little. Can't even. I don't even know what this is. Boat. Oh, I see. Fear was doing the boat to the rock emote. You know, yeah, no. I feel like this might be some people some days was like, I'm doing the best I got. Mister, I feel a bit strange, mister. Something feels wrong. Oh dear. Ah. Hmm. Let me stop. Where's me gone? Ah. Let's put on something new. Hmm. My pancake's gotten very dry. Mm-mm. I think there was too much cinnamon in there. Oh, portal. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. There's no use crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. Alright. Let's try this again. Okay, let's maybe cheat a little bit and use the symmetrical ruler. Okay. Oops. That's a little bit... Hello. Alright. Hmm. Eggy. Eggheady. Hmm. Oops, wrong one. It's the fastest way to erase. Okay. Now let's have another go at this. Hopefully it won't, get scrambled like last time. Okay. Uh, this is a bit tricky. Character design is a very tricky thing. But I suppose you want this character to be very cute, so we'll give them... Oh, right, I'm still on the erase one. Hmm. So let's give them... There we go, so that's a start. Let's see. Bit of a button nose. It's a little square though. Hello, debut. Hello, debut soup. Good evening. Oh, good morning. Spicyman? Specimen? Is that how we say the name? Welcome in, welcome in. Millie! Oh my gosh, Millie, hello! I didn't recognize your Twitch name. How are you doing? Good morning, Millie. We're just doing some character design for a comic. My comic. For you see, I don't want to... Oh, one sec, I'll quickly blur that. We don't want to... I didn't want to just drop my little Fox boy. It's okay, you're good? Yes, happy debut? Thank you so much, Millie. But yes, I'll quickly fill you in, and you can join in the fun. Take a gulp. Okay. I have gulped. I have taken the big gulp. Yes, you're about that hydration. But yes, Millie. So, my old Fox character. I've decided to give them an actual story, a comic even. And they now have a name. This is Blottail as he first appeared. And this fella over here is Hawthorne Terrence Ernest Bobby Grimsley. And they will be Blottail's primary antagonist for a bit. And now we're designing kind of the morality chain character of the series. So we're currently just going through some iterations of character design, and honestly, feel free to chip in with ideas, names, anything. We're having a bit of fun here. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe just thickening up this bit here. Let's see. We'll just do simple shapes for now. We want to get an idea. Hmm. Oh dear, I've lost my flow. I guess maybe a good way to start is the shape of the eyes. We want, I guess, big teardrop eyes, I suppose. Let's start with that. Well, that's not right. Oh, eggy. big eggy. Hmm. Oh, bit of a haunting gaze. It's a little bit, just focus a little bit more. There we go. That's a little bit better. Hmm. Well, only one way from here. Just gotta draw a smiley face. Hmm. I accidentally gave a child an all my chin. Let's see. Oopsies. Connect, please. Connect for, I beg you. The kid's a little bit square. Hmm. I don't know how to fix that. I guess we'll just keep iterating. Hmm. I don't know. Give him some dimples, I suppose. Hmm. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Let's add on a hairstyle, shall we? Let's add on a bit of hair. Hmm. 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 Not sure about this one. Does anyone have any hairstyle recommendations, I suppose? Hmm. Oh, hang on a minute. That might actually work. Okay. Hmm. Well, we're still in the designer phase, I suppose, but I'm not sure. I think we're gonna go through some iterations, but I do like the idea of them having like this little hairband here. That's kind of cute. Hmm. Okay, we'll have this as a base, and then we'll work off iterations for this later. Just gotta save this. What am I gonna call this? Let's call it the main three. Pardon me. Now, I suppose we should settle on a name for this young lass. Uh, but here's the one little tick. There's one little tickety-boo, as it were. Uh, this young lady, this poor lass, is an orphan. Mm. And so she will only have a first name. Hopefully later on she'll get a last name, but, well... there's backstory here that I thought up of that I can't share yet. But just a first name for now. Just a first name for now. Let's see. What are we thinking, everyone? Let's throw some names into the pot. What shall we call this sparky young lass? Let's throw some names at the table. How about, what about Anne? How does Anne look? I'm not sure. Let's hit up some more names. I'll throw them out, see what takes our fancy. Let's see, Olivia, perhaps? Olivia is a nice name. What about, Skylar? I don't know. We've got a lot of iterating to do. Kay, perhaps? Linda? No. Ugh, no, not Linda. Nelly, perhaps? Nelly doesn't sound too bad. What do you guys think about Nelly? How's Nelly sitting with everyone? Because so far, I'm not sure. Nelly's a very nice name. Yeah, I think Nelly. I think we'll go with Nelly for this young lady here. Nelly. Yeah, Nelly. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Yeah. Oh, quick little stretch of my own. Oh, fiddlesticks, is it that time already? Oh dear. Well, I'm sad to say, ladies, gentlemen, and elegant individuals, it is time to start wrapping up the stream. But for a first time out, is there a last name? No, just a first name for now. For plot point reasons, she only has one name. This is a sadly real life thing too. Sometimes when you're in the foster system, some children just don't have last names. They get them later on, and they can choose them later on, thankfully, but fortunately for Nelly, that's the only name she knows she has right now. Thank you so much, and I truly hope everyone had a wonderful stream. Let's have a little look around Twitch and see who's on. Congrats on the debut. Thank you so much, everyone. I greatly appreciate you all popping by for a visit. Let's see. Who... I think I know who will be raiding, actually. We... Don't... Oh... You're making me blush. Alright. Ready? So, I thought we might as well raid the newest family member, Mori. Mori Mage. We all know her, we all love her. Send her my best regards. But until next time, which will be very soon, have a good one, everyone.